Water.
Earth.
Fire.
Air.
For the longest time, the four nations have lived together in harmony. Under the wise leadership of Avatar Roku, the world has experienced an era of peace and prosperity unlike any other. But with the recent death of Avatar Roku after his volcanic island erupted, members of all four nations feel the winds and tides of change. With the search for the new Avatar only just beginning, the world seems poised on the brink of conflict. But without the Avatar, who will save the world?
My name is Bree, also known as PrettiPixel, and I am playing Shurva, a warrior from the Fire Nation.
I'm Andrew, also go by Lucifer. I'm playing Firebender that goes by Mako Bow.
Hello, I'm Ali, and I'm playing Oki, a waterbender from the Northern Water Tribe.
I'm Brandon, and I'm Rung-Bolo, an earthbender from the Earth Nation.
Hey, I'm Dave, and my character is Aal, the airbender from the Air Nomads.
And I'm Owen, the dungeon master of this ragtag group of members of all four nations. Hello everybody, hello, give 'em a wave, yay! Oh my goodness, hello everybody, how you doing? I'm Owen, we've got the boys here tonight. We've got Archie.
Hey.
We've got Dave.
Hey.
We've got Andrew.
Hey!
That's like, and Andrew's energy is spot fucking on. I want you guys to take notes. We've got Brandon.
Yeah, the boys.
Do you know what? Andrew's was better. Take notes. I'm kidding. Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to the Lost Archives. Unfortunately, Bree, I really should not come in with this level of excitement. Bree has COVID, so she can't join us tonight. So Bree's a bit sick, so she can't join us for Avatar Legends tonight. Ali's doing other things. She can't join us either. So we just started the stream, and Archie was hanging out. We thought, let's bring Archie in and let's have a little bit of like a Tales of Bar Sing Say style episode. We're gonna have a little bit of like a vignette style with the four of these guys. So it's just the boys. It's the boys of the North. We need some sort of like gang sign. Brandon, can you work on that for me, please? Because Southside's easy. Southside's that, right? You just go like.
Oh, Southside, yeah.
Yeah.
South side, West Side.
What's North
I
Side?
don't know the other ones.
Well, east side is just west side on the side.
Oh, is North Side just this?
Can't you just do the south side, but
So.
sideways? Does that work?
Like North Side.
South Side
Like
sideways.
80 degrees?
Yeah, it's everyone's
Sideways.
Like that.
South Side, North Side.
Dave, you're wrinkling my brain.
We're back in old memory, you're right.
Oh my god.
I can already tell what kind of
Draw a
episode this is
Sassy.
going to be. And we joked around earlier that this wasn't going to be a canon episode. I'm getting the sense that it's not going to be. We'll have to see. I may rename this like episode 20.5 or something. But hey, look, thank you everybody who came and joined me for the Tyranny of Dragons stream last night. It was an awesome session filled with twists and turns. Thank you to everybody who has been checking out the very new thing that I tried, which was making mead and recording it and filming it. So thank you to everyone who's checked that out on YouTube.
Ooh, how did that turn out?
I haven't drunk it yet because it's still only been 2 weeks. But the video's great. Like watching me make it. Mwah.
Yeah.
If you want to watch me pour honey into a jar, you go no further.
Yeah,
There is.
You
I
guys,
have been
you
watching
need to see
just
it.
Now.
Are you enjoying it,
I
Andrew?
hate you.
Yeah,
I
it's
hate
pretty
you
good.
So much.
Thank you. If you want to watch me pour honey in a jar, then pour some water in a jar, and then drop some spices in, and then shake it up for like 20 minutes at high speed, and then spill it all over myself, it's a good watch. You can't go wrong. I do also talk about some stuff like where mead comes from and what it is, but just skip ahead. No, ignore that bit. Skip ahead to the bit where I spilled on myself and have a good laugh.
Oh, is this on YouTube?
It is on
Yeah,
the
it is on
YouTubes.
YouTube.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
It's actually on OnlyFans.
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
and I make the whole thing just with my feet.
Oh,
This is like the segue.
Let me
of
subscribe real
introducing
quick.
the
Give me a
Lost
sec.
Archives OnlyFans.
I hate to think what our OnlyFans would look like.
It's just us eating food on camera. That's it.
A bit of mukbang, Lost Archives mukbang.
Oh, God,
It's
that's
the Lost
fucked.
Archives on YouTube, right?
Yes,
Yes.
if you just search the Lost Archives, it should come up.
It is.
Okay,
But there's
good.
also just Lost Archives.
There
which
is the Lost
like,
Archive, which is just
like a Yu-Gi-Oh fan.
yeah.
No,
only
no,
one
that's Popo Poporov from
JoJo.
season.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure,
JoJo's
right?
Bizarre Adventure. Yep.
I don't
Yeah,
know. Look,
big
he's
gangster.
playing. literally one of his first video. Two of the videos that pop up is just him playing Yu-Gi-Oh clips. So
I would watch that. I should give him some views.
April.
Don't give him views. Davey's got too many. Don't give him the views. He doesn't need them.
Play a real game like Magic the Gathering. I'm joking. Not starting wars if you have the Lost Archives.
Some beer went down the wrong pipes. All right. I'm cutting this bullshit. All right. Thank you for joining us. We're so excited. We're going to do some Avatar Legends. Let me do a really quick recap so we can get up to speed. I almost said up to street. Fuck me. It's going to be an episode. I can tell. It's going to be an episode, everybody. When you get to the end of this episode, you're going to be like, that was certainly an episode. Alrighty. Our story has been following Shurva and Mako of the Fire Nation, Rung of the Earth Kingdom, Oki of the Water Tribe, and Aal of the Air Nomads. The children of important ambassadors of each of the four nations, they have been attending a historic summit at the Beifong Estate. With the recent death of Avatar Roku following the eruption of his volcanic island, omens of war and conflict seem numerous. The team have arrived in the Northern Water Tribe, and Oki's training to understand and appease spirits has begun. With the older seer Fanart currently training the new male seer Aquila, Oki and Aquila are now learning together. The first lesson, however, met some issues with the dark spirit attacking the two while they were starting to practice. Despite Oki and Aquila's efforts to calm the spirits, Mako decided to attack, forcing Shurva to, as well, in defense of Mako. In the aftermath of the attack, the group decided to investigate the North Pole, a combination of Aal's curiosity and Aquila's advice driving them forward. After arriving at the forest located around the spirit portal, sealed under a dome of energy, the group spread out to look around. While Mako and Shurva investigated the nearby lake and Rung and Aal hung out near the sled, Oki and Aquila approached the sealed portal. A voice spoke to Aquila, a dark spirit by the name of Yavu, asking to be released from the portal. Oki, taking exception to this, decided to go on the offensive, forcing Aquila to complete the ritual through the use of a forbidden technique of waterbending the party had never before seen, a technique known as bloodbending. Without the use of the full moon, I should add. The party quickly engaged in combat, the dark spirit from before attacking Mako now wreathed in flame following his attacks, and Aquila trying to kind of maintain his ground and maintain this ritual to break open the sealed portal. Unfortunately, for Aquila, the party were able to destabilize him, to sort of push him off balance, predominantly led by Aal, questioning Aquila's motives, questioning his faith, and causing Aquila to therefore question Yavu's motives as well. With the dark spirit Yavu continually sealed inside of the portal, the rest of the group put Aquila in a block of ice, sealing him in place, and fighting a bit of a dichotomy. Oki wanting to cut off Aquila's arm in recompense for her sister, and the rest of the party not wanting to maim a teenager. Yeah, I know. Exactly. The group picked a compromise, leaving Aquila to suffer frostbite inside the ice block that he was frozen in, and dragging him behind the sled back towards the Northern Water Tribe. On the journey back, however, Aquila was able to waterbend his way out of the sled, out of the ice block being tied behind the sled, and escaped into the blizzard, seemingly falling off the edge of a cliff, blinded by the snow. We last left off the rest of the group heading towards the Northern Water Tribe, Aquila's footsteps leading to the edge of the cliff and his section of blue fabric scarf floating just above the edge of the cliff before dropping over the side. Aquila, we're going to jump to you. We did a little bit of what happened to you last session, but I think we'll quickly sort of pick up with you here, and then we'll bring that into the rest of the group. Aquila, using your waterbending, you're able to slow your descent down the side of the cliff, your masterful use of the waterbending techniques that Yavu has taught you, bringing yourself to a sudden jarring stop, but not a lethal one. Pulling yourself under the snow and freezing it back in place above you, you take a few moments in your makeshift ice cave to try and get your bearings and catch your breath. Knowing that Oki is potentially out for blood, you think that potentially staying put for the moment is the safest option. We'll jump back to you in a minute, Aquila.
Mm-hmm.
The rest of the party. As you come back to the sled and begin heading towards the Northern Water Tribe, Oki is silent. She seems to be silently fuming. You can see that she's holding in her hand a piece of water that she's continually squeezing into an ice block and then letting back into water before squeezing it back again, almost like some sort of stress ball created out of snow and ice. Ahini is doing her best to try and comfort Oki, but Oki seems distant, somewhat unresponsive to your questions. After a few moments, Ahini kind of gives up trying to engage Oki in conversation and turns back to the rest of you. Right, I'm not sure what you were planning on doing for the rest of the afternoon. I might take Oki, I don't know, someplace quiet, someplace away from people. Would you like that, Oki? Oki just grunts. Squishes the ice and shatters it into a million shards in her hand. Yeah, I think, Oki, we should go check out and see if your iceberg home's still set up, hey? We should go see if we can find it out in the bay. That'd be fun. Fine. Sounds good, Ahini. Oki replies. Ahini sort of like turns back at the rest of you with wide eyes. That sounds fun. Yes, great. Well, why don't the rest of you see if you can get a search party together potentially? See if you can, find Aquila's body? Kind of whispers over the sled. Oki goes, he's not dead. See if you can find his body. There's no way he survived that fall.
Right.
Some,
Okay.
like, pieces? Can we just bag it up and
Like-
bring it with us? Is that okay? Like,
If we just find like the
arms
left
up.
arm, is that okay?
Oki turns around in the sled at the front and looks back towards you guys. Yep. I can attach that to my sister's arm. That'll do.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
She was saying that last
Still
session,
weird as
so I'm
always.
gonna continue with how Ali was playing Oki last session.
Cool.
Sorry, Mako, you
Fun,
can warm it
Oki.
up, make
Yep,
it fresh
enjoy.
again. Be
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Mhm.
I think she's gonna have fun. I think she said, "Yeah, I'm gonna have so much fun."
Yeah, she's gonna have
Seething
such a
in
great
anger.
time. Yeah. Cool.
We,
Ahini gives you guys a bit of a smile. Well, maybe you should wait for the blizzard to subside and then head out. Hey, I'll drop you guys off at the guest house. Have a bit of a rest, have a bit of a relax, maybe get some food. I'll take Oki out on the ice floe, see if we can locate her old iceberg hut. See if we can find any of her stuff. And then,
Yeah.
Oki, I think you need to see your sister. Oki goes very still and very quiet at that. Ahini sort of like gives her a gentle pat on the back, looks back towards the rest of you. Yeah, we'll talk about this later. All right, I'll drop you guys back off at the guest house. Have a rest. If you take this sled, I'll just let the sled master know that you guys can take these dogs out and take the polar bear dogs out again and head out onto the ice. But this time, rather than taking the mountain pass, which we did towards the North Pole, head along the coast. You'll get to the underside of that cliff where Aquila went off.
Cool.
All right. Good luck, guys. I'll see you later. Ahini sort of pulls the sled up towards the barracks, not the barracks, the stables where the other polar bear dogs are. Sort of reins the dogs in as they're fighting against the tethers. She pulls the halters off. Fuck, I kind of wish Aquila was here to deal with this. She like gets the dogs and they're sort of fighting against her, barking, playing, trying to have a bit of a game. And she's able to sort of push them using kind of a bit of water bending as well as just brute strength, pushes them into the pens and shuts the pens, but leaves the harnesses on. She then pushes the sled up against the side of the gate and puts an arm around Oki and begins leading her away. The rest of you, unless you want to do anything else, the blizzard is kind of raging around. You're tucked into your furs, pulling the hoods up, exactly like Andrew is right now. Hoods sort of pulled up, like snuggled in. Cold and bitter, biting wind lashing against your skin. Is there anything you wanted to do? Is there anyone you wanted to speak to? Or did you want to head to the guest house, have a bit of a rest, wait out the blizzard, and then go for a bit of a search for Aquila?
I had no plans.
I think just leave a killer.
A nap sounds really nice.
You know what
A nap? Yeah, a nap.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's have a quick kip. My Chirpy needs some TLC.
Oh, Rung. As you look inside for Chirpy.
Oh,
No, Chirpy's fine. Chirpy's fine. I'm kidding. I couldn't
The
resist.
horror.
Just the limp body of a.
You see, we
Wow.
switch back to Aquila, who's currently like roasting Chirpy on an open fire. Just
I'll kill him.
Rung has successfully kept Chirpy alive for 4 days. Well done, Rung.
Yes.
Except in game, it's only
Like,
oh,
It's been like a day.
Pixel has so Bree has redeemed Summon Monster. Technically,
Didn't you
she's-
say she can't do that?
she's not on the
because-
stream because she's got
But
COVID.
it's her.
Hmm.
Maybe she is the real
Technicality.
monster here.
Bree, you tell me what you want to. You tell me what you want to summon, and keep me posted.
She wants to summon a dragon
I'll
to
allow
kill the Northern Water tribe.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
So we can just send Shurva to look after it.
Oh yeah,
we'll
true.
send Shurva to look after Monster.
Shurva challenges it to a 1-on-1. 1v1 me, bro. Come on. That's Shurva. As you guys head back towards the guest house, the walls of the North Pole provide some protection. The Northern Water Tribe, but the walls provide some protection. But the ice and the wind is coming over the edges and dropping snow quite heavily on you. You can see that most people are heading indoors, staying out of the snow. For those waterbenders amongst the Water Tribe, a lot of them are creating these kind of like covers above them, using water bending to basically protect themselves from the snow above, but not really able to do anything about the wind. Aal, I see your face lighting up.
So they're like ice umbrellas.
Yes, yeah. So, but rather than being an actual umbrella, it's like an invisible umbrella. Their hands are held up above their heads, and the snow is parting around their hands, and creating a sort
so
of
it's
like
pretty much
space.
just like one of those clear umbrellas that no one can actually see.
Yeah. But the wind, nothing they can do about the wind as it whips against their faces, sort of turning their lips slightly blue and pushing that sort of bitter cold through their bones. You guys head up towards the guest house. It is freezing. By the time you get there, all of you are starting to feel that chill burning through. But as you enter into the guest wing where you've been shown to before, where some of your stuff is kept, the fireplace is still burning warm. You can see that there are two waterbenders, or I shouldn't say waterbenders, two water tribe members, a male and a female dressed in very heavy furs, tending to the fire. And as you enter in, the man turns around and goes, "Ah, you have returned. You were left a message by one of your friends, Korra?"
Yep.
Yeah, we're going to be crashing tonight. Is that cool?
Yes, the guest house has been prepared for your comfort. We are just getting the fire ready.
How's the fire looking, by the way?
Hot. It is filled with
Like
driftwood
big hot?
and dried seaweed. There's a bit of a salt sort of smell through the room from the dried seaweed, but it is warm. And as you guys approach and begin like rubbing your hands down, getting that warmth through, it is warm and pleasant being in front of that fire. It's this sort of soft orange glow.
Could it be bigger?
Could it be bigger?
Could it be bigger?
Yeah. Could it be
Without
bigger?
burning down the guest house. We
Could
mean.
it be bigger?
So I'm going to tell you now,
It's
most buildings in the Northern Water Tribe are made of snow and ice. Burning's not the issue. Melting.
Without melting down the building, could it be bigger?
The fire could be bigger because it's not the whole building on fire. So technically, the fire could be bigger. I will say for the purposes of this, yeah, it's only recently lit. It is just sort of burning to life. Definitely.
Okay, I help it along a little bit.
Tell me how you help it along. What are we talking about? Describe your bending to me.
I'm not sure. Like, I can't remember if firebenders can do this. I use with the whatever's currently there. I just sort of try to push it out, like just make it spew up in like a little spire.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So as you concentrate, begin like fanning the flames backwards and forwards, you see the flames sort of like leaping higher. First a single spire and then a second spire next to it that almost look like ears. And then you watch as pulling itself out of the fire, the fox spirit. No, I'm kidding. No, as you fan the flames higher, it quickly burns to life and warmth fills the room, this sort of soft glow. The male attendant bows very deeply and heads out of the room while the female attendant gets some large sleeping bags made from sealskin fur out, lays them on the ground around the fire. These will keep you warm during the night. If you need anything, don't hesitate to ring the bell. One of us will come and take care of you. Food will be here shortly. She sort of looks around a little bit. Where is Oki? I understand she was staying here too.
I think she'll be back later. I think she's just gone to visit her sister.
Oh, okay. I am an old friend of Oki's mother. I was hoping to see Oki again to make sure she is okay. I will talk with her later.
Should
Did
bring
you
it
say
back.
earlier that
It's
Kurok
lightheaded.
left a message for us?
Oh, yes. Sorry. I will fetch. I will fetch it now. And she sort of bustles out of the room, moving along. A few seconds later, she returns with a rolled up scroll that she passes to you, Aal. Here you are.
I assume Al can read.
Yes, Aal can read. Aal, you are an air nomad. You are taught to read. You are not.
You to assume.
This point of the whole season.
You're not the manager of a coal mine. It's not like reading's not relevant to you.
Let me read a 10th grade level.
Yeah.
Al, you can read. Of course you can.
Okay. Al opens it up and reads it.
It's written in Water Tribe script. You don't read that. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I don't understand this dialect.
Yeah, you don't speak giant. No. As you.
What's Mount Franklin?
That's Dungeons and Dragons. As you roll it open, you can see that the message is kind of intended for Oki. It opens with "Dear Oki." It's up to you whether you read on. Tell me right now, would Al be respectful of that or not really give a shit?
Al would be, but he just kind of read the first couple of lines just to make sure it's. The lady did say that Kudok left a message for us.
Yes.
So with that, yeah, I'll just kind of skims it. Make sure if it starts reading personal, he'll close it.
Yep. The letter reads somewhat as follows. I will do my best to improvise a letter. The whole session tonight's improvised. I didn't know that we weren't going to have some players, and we didn't know Archie would be joining us. So buckle up, everybody.
I feel like that this disclaimer was actually him just like holding for time to figure out what a letter would be.
100%. I'm ready to go now.
100%.
I've written it in my mind. I'm good. Dear Oki, I hope your training is progressing well, and that Aquila is providing you with much knowledge and support you desperately require. I wanted to let you know that one of the northern temples has been recently ransacked, a large fox spirit with many tails. We are concerned that it is similar to a fox spirit that has been seen around the temple grounds recently, as well as in the city itself. I urge you and Aquila, when you have a chance, to go and investigate. Though you are new to your seer training, perhaps you will have a chance to find out more and learn on the job, as it were. Also, I have a message from your sister. At this point, okay, cool. Yeah, I figured. You just sort of stop unrolling the scroll at that point. Roll it back up again.
And I'll just tuck it into Oki's sleeping bag or sleeping pouch, or whatever it's going to be.
Yeah, absolutely. Al, as you look over, up against the side wall is a backpack full of puppets.
Is it the same backpack?
It is. No, it's another backpack full of puppets. No, it is Aquila's.
Completely. It's actually mine.
It is Aquila's puppets.
Huh. I thought we left that somewhere else. Oh well.
As you say that, thank you. No, thank you. This is great. As you say that, the male Water Tribe member who had been sort of assisting before comes back in with some food, puts it down, and goes, "Oh, I thought you would need your friend's equipment that was left at the temple along with this." And he hands over Oki's oar.
Or what?
Or what?
Oar. Oh my god, fuck you guys. Thanks everybody. It's been great. Have a lovely stream. Goodbye.
That's better. I was thinking of like, oh, she'll need that, but yours worked way better.
Fucking only I get to make shit puns around here, guys.
I'm still confused.
Oki left her oar back at the temple at the
What, like a
seers.
rowing oar?
Yeah, it's a rowing oar.
Yeah,
she carries
yeah,
it around
yeah.
everywhere.
Oh,
What sort of
She's
other
had it this
aura
whole
is
time.
there?
What was that? Sorry.
Like,
Oh,
just captured her, like, just awe in general, AWE. Just like,
Yeah.
more presence of awe.
So what I want you to picture, Oki's oar is made of a white wood. There is a knob at one end that is easy to grab with your hand, and then the paddle opens up to this wave-like design that is embroidered with almost like silver veins running through it. It looks like a piece of driftwood that's been carved into an oar, but the driftwood has these almost like metal veins running through the wood. It looks very unique and very special and very old. And you can see that clearly Oki cherishes this because you haven't really seen her leave it out of her sight for too long.
and she's never hit anyone with it either.
You have not observed her hit people with it. You have observed her waterbend people and throw ice at them, but not hit them with her oar.
Okay.
No matter how cross she is.
Old veiny oar.
No.
Oh, hello. Oh, he's Andrew's back. Just lost Andrew for a second. He's back now. What was that? Sorry, Brandon?
I was just saying, so she cherishes her old veiny oar.
Oh, you fucking piece of shit.
So much that she polishes it sometimes.
She runs her hands along the shaft. Why are we doing this? Come on, guys.
Bree, she made me do it.
This is what happens. This is what happens when it's just the boys. Like, seriously. Come on. We're classier than this, aren't we? No, we're not.
Wax it
No,
to
we're
make sure
not.
it stays water resistant.
What was that, Dave?
Like, you need to wax it to make sure it stays water resistant.
That's true. Dave's right.
True.
Absolutely. And you want to make sure no barnacles get off it, so you got to give it a good polish sometimes. Sometimes you got to work the shaft to get those barnacles off.
Yep.
The pirates now.
I hate what you've done to me.
So,
yeah.
guys, this note says that we should find Aquila and go check this out. So I guess that's another reason why we should go find them.
Anything else to say?
There was a not so subtle dig at Oki's waterbending abilities.
Oh,
Apart
yeah.
from that,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
That's what. Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah. Okay.
Was there a not so subtle dig at her waterbending abilities?
Yeah, what's wrong?
I believe it read that good luck working and training with Aquila.
Oh yeah, you do need the
training.
support. Yeah.
Yep.
I didn't mean that as a not so subtle dig, but that is now canon. Now it's just his casual sexism, like because he's from the Northern Water Tribe. It's just casual sexism from Northern Water Tribe. That's what they're like. So okay,
That's how I'll
Need to
interpret it.
help.
Yeah.
No,
Need to
that
help
is
Oki obviously break the ice ceiling in this place here. Smash the thing
Ooh.
out.
I'll
like
like
it.
that.
I like it. No, that's great. No, absolutely. Dave, absolutely love it. Yeah, 100%. It's just that is exactly right. As you read that again and look over it, you're like, nah, this is just the casual classic sexism where Water Tribe men think that only they're allowed to learn combat and women are just good for healing. It's the sexism that sort of pervades the Northern Water Tribe culture.
Exactly. That's why the air nomads we split into male and female only temples.
Yeah, there's no way to combat
avoid this
sexism.
problem.
Exactly. You can't be sexist if you never interact with a woman, right? Nothing breeds inclusivity.
They have separate beds.
Yeah, nothing breeds inclusivity like having exclusively gendered temples.
Segregation for the win.
Oh no,
Uh,
I'm not having that. Cut.
Heard it here first.
So that's canon, right?
Oh, just add things.
Hiya. You can hear episodes being edited as I I'm streaming them live. I can just hear the edits happening. It's great.
So just for future reference, that's the line. Gaslighting was okay, but this is the line here.
Gaslighting wasn't okay. That was the joke. That's why we laughed at it. Because it's not okay.
Then we learned a lesson then. Then we have a lesson.
That was a lesson? Shit.
Eat more meat, as Saka would say. All right, so it's true to his word.
Get your barnacles off.
Get your fucking hell. Is there anything you guys would be doing apart from eating food and going to bed? Is there anything else you would be doing before the next morning?
I'll take inventory of what puppets are there.
Oh, Aal, there are a few puppets. Aquila, would you like to take us through what puppets?
Sorry, I'm not here right now.
Okay, Archie, would you like to take us through what puppets Aquila might have in his backpack?
So there'll definitely be
Is there one of Oki or Oki's sister?
No, I haven't
Hadn't got around to that yet.
I've built
Just
that
the
one
arm.
yet. There would definitely be a shark,
Okay.
like a tiger shark. You have your deer duck. You'll have just like a young like a child, boy and girl.
So that's two. That's one boy, one girl.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then you've got your sky bison
Ooh, yeah.
in quotations because we remember what it.
That's
looked
right.
like.
You had your best go at it, and it
Yeah,
was like missing some legs, and it had like little angel wings or something like that.
It was just a cow with some wings.
That's right.
basically.
Yeah.
And then there'll probably just be maybe just some like little penguins.
Okay. Some penguin otters, otter penguins.
Yeah,
Otter penguins.
yeah. Older penguins. Yeah.
Cool. How many otter penguins?
600. No.
We're
You've probably
playing
got
risk.
like two or three.
Yeah, I'll write down 3.
They're all very different.
One's wearing like a fedora cap. One's wearing like a Tommy gun.
Amazing. Aal, that's what you find as you open up the bag. That's what you find.
Yep. Cool. I'll keeps it very carefully and puts it back somewhere safe and rolls himself in his bed thing and sleeps.
Perfect. Alrighty. So you guys have a lovely rest. You may clear 2 fatigue and 1 condition.
And a condition.
And a condition. These beds are comfortable, you are well fed, you are well sheltered, and you are warm.
Guys,
Aquila.
I'm good to go.
let's jump over to Aquila. Your night's sleep is not so pleasant.
Oh, damn it.
After an hour or two underneath the snow in this little makeshift igloo that you've created for yourself, you can feel the blizzard outside is actually getting stronger as the night wears on. And you realize that at this point, you don't have any food. Water's not so much of a problem, but food is going to be an issue. And shelter at this point too. Your igloo, your makeshift igloo that you're under the ice at, will hold for the night, definitely. But if the snow gets too heavy on top, it does risk collapsing in on top of you and crushing you underneath the snow, which kind of defeats the purpose of your very heroic.
Don't have to deal with Oki.
It's true.
Might have to. No, I should probably hold. Oh, maybe I should just go. How bad is the storm?
Aquila can have a look. Great, yeah, of course. As you like water bend some of the snow aside and look up, all you see is dark and occasionally flashes of light, sort of flying past as the thick snow is blown horizontally at this point. It's not even falling down; it is almost horizontal with the wind. And as you open up this crack, the warm air that has sort of generated around your body in this igloo is almost funneled out as the cold air rushes through and sets this chill deep in your bones.
I close it straight back. Yeah.
Yeah. You're just like there shivering in your little hole, like not having the best time.
Shut up, Andrew.
Aquila, you may mark off 1 fatigue or a condition.
And
Your
6
choice.
conditions. I'll mark off angry. I'll keep afraid.
Yeah, afraid seems appropriate. And you can mark off a fatigue as well.
Okay.
Fatigue-ish, yeah.
Okay.
As you are frozen in this sort of cold coffin tomb of your own making at the bottom of this ravine where you have fallen. The rest of you awaken the next morning feeling refreshed. The storm has blown itself out by the time you awaken. Only a light snowfall greets you as you step out the front doors to the early morning dawn. It's a beautiful day. The cold air, while crisp, is invigorating. It fills you with energy. It's not that biting, unpleasant cold from the night before. The morning air is brisk and sort of makes you want to move about and makes you want to sort of move with action and with purpose. As you head back towards the stables where the polar bear foxes were set up. Polar bear dogs, sorry. As you arrive, you can see that they're half buried under the snow. There's these 2 big mounds of snow right in the middle of the paddock. As you sort of come up, the stable hand is there, whistles under his breath. And suddenly, one of the dogs pokes its head up out of the snow and sort of looks at him. And then pokes back down again, disappearing into the snow. No, you gotta get up. I gotta get you to work. Come on. Oh. Back down in the snow.
Can I take Chirpy out of my jacket and be like, Chirpy, do you want to sort of stretch your legs for a little bit? And put him on the snow.
Chirpy, as you place him on the snow, straight through and disappears into the 40 centimeter deep snow. He literally takes one step and then straight into the snow and disappears.
That was the last Chirpy I was ever seen.
Oh god. Do you want to melt the snow tactfully, Mako? It's fun. Don't burn too much. Just a little bit. Okay, no, I'll do it myself. I don't trust you.
Yeah, cool. Good idea.
Burns Chirpy.
How do you like your Chirpy? Charbroiled.
Well done.
We just made a honey.
Honey. Rung, you just reach down and pull him up out of the snow. He's sort of like looking around, very confused, sort of like as you brush the snow off him. The stable hand pulls out 2 large slabs of meat and slams them down on the gate right in front of the sled. As the larger polar bear dog that had poked his head out before pokes his head out. And then whoom, out of the snowdrift, pounding towards the stake as he grabs it and begins tearing into it. The other dog sort of pokes its head out, runs over and begins tearing into the other stake. While they're busy, distracted, he quickly throws the harnesses back over and clips them on. Sorry, throws the reins back over and clips them back onto the harness. Wait, okay. You might want to get on now. You've only got about 30 seconds till they're done.
I jump on.
I'll jump on.
Yeah. Right on the waist.
As you guys jump on, right on time, the polar bear dog sort of finished chewing through these large slabs of meat and then begins sort of sniffing the air hungrily for more. The stable hand holds his hands up. No, I haven't got any. Look.
Sick him.
Do you say that?
No.
Get him.
Get him. As you sort of say, as you say under your breath, shook him. One of the dogs barks and begins moving towards. Like, hey, no, I'll with you. Go. At that point, I'm assuming Aal sort of like no one. Is anyone taking the reins in particular? I was going to assume Aal did, but actually that's probably mistaken. Is anyone taking the reins?
Oh well.
Great. Rung, as you take the reins, you realize you have no experience driving sledges.
This is totally in character. I've got this. I have no idea how to do this.
Yeah. And you're just like, what did Ahini and Oki do? They did say Yar a lot. Yar!
Ah.
You say R instead of Yar.
Up and away.
Just say yip yip.
Yup.
Yup. None of these things work. The polar bear dogs sort of like turn around and look at you a bit confused.
Go and get at him. Believe in yourself. There's coal on the other side of the field. Go.
With that, they take
Mush.
off. Mush. Nice. There it is. He said mush. As you say mush, the dogs begin taking off at a blistering pace towards the city because that's the way they were facing. Rung, as he begins barreling towards the front gates to the city, you can hear the stay behind going, no, not that way! As you begin barreling towards the city. Rung, what do you do?
Quick check, left or right? Like, motioning which way to the team.
You look behind you at Aal and Mako, who are clinging on for dear life at this stage.
All right,
Some
left.
music in the background.
To the coast. To the coast.
Coast!
Which way's the coast?
Actually, yeah, which way is the coast?
Uh,
No, let's
Not
grab
the
the
same
map.
way as the city.
This is appropriate music, I think. Yeah, this is spot on. This feels like Momo's theme from Avatar The Last Airbender. It's not, because that's copyrighted music. It's great. You can see the water on your right. Literally, it's just right there. Rung, as you try and pull the cart around to get it sort of facing the right direction, could I get you to please roll me with a push your luck?
Absolutely. I also just found out I can turn the volume down in the tab.
Yes, you can. Was that a bit loud, was it?
Yeah, I just did it. Then I'm like, oh god, I had it tag muted. Push my luck. Here we go.
Seven, mixed success, absolutely. As you pull the polar bear dogs back into alignment and get them sort of taking down the track, the sled spins out from underneath you, smashing into the side of the wall of the gate, causing a member of the guard who's on top to sort of stumble as the wall shakes and then fall off the wall into a snowdrift. As he sort of call back, sorry. As he reaches up, you can see it's an older gentleman. You darn kids! As you shoot past, shooting towards the coastline. The sled picks up a blistering pace as it takes towards the coastline, the dogs clearly sensing an inexperienced sled driver and taking full advantage of it to have a real run. With Rung not even really trying to rein them in, they just take off across the snow and ice. Before too long, you find yourselves coming around the edge of the snowdrift, the edge of the cliff face where Aquila had gone off. Right as Aquila is pushing his way out of the snow, having just sort of awoken in the morning cold, wet, and tired. Aquila, you've not had the most pleasant night. It's been a bit cold. It's been a bit wet. It's been a bit shit. As you are emerging, you hear the sound of barking from dogs, and you sort of think to yourself like, well, maybe I could bloodbend them potentially and get them to like ride me out of here. This could be okay. I can salvage this. And then as you push your head out, you see the sled barreling towards you, these two large polar bear dogs, tongues lolling out of their mouths, Rung holding the reins, just like, not even really holding them, just with one hand casually letting the reins hang loose. Probably with a big smile on his face. Would that be fair to say, Rung?
Oh, 100%. He's loving the chaos.
Aal, how are you feeling about all this?
Oh, Aal is like, you want Superman? He's like grabbing the back of the sled and still like legs flowing out the back.
Nice. And Mako? Marco's shooting fire out to add more like jets.
Yeah. Oh,
It's like the bard in like Mad Max. The dude just playing the fire guitar.
Yeah. No, what would Mako be doing?
I assume it's very windy outside. I'd be like crouched,
Very windy.
like huddled down somewhere, like just trying to get out of the wind.
As you guys are barreling along, you realize Shurva hadn't yet got on the cart when it took off. There's a moment, Mako, where you like turn, like preparing for, you're like, Shurva must put a stop to this at some point soon, right?
Yeah,
Like, this is ridiculous.
Like, this is getting out of
You look
hand.
around and
Wait,
you're like, oh, I can't see Shurva anywhere. And you're like, did I see her get on the cart? Or maybe I did, but... And then
I swear
you
she-
think...
I swear she got on.
You think back to where the cart smacked into the wall and the guard got knocked off the wall. You don't remember seeing Shurva after that point.
oh well, she'll find us. It's fine. It's fine.
Aquila, you emerge from the snowdrift seeing this sight of chaos barreling towards you at a terrifying pace.
Mm-hmm.
I pass it over to you. What would you like to do?
I mean, I know what I want to do, but then I promised that I wouldn't.
Has he seen us on the sled? Or is he
Yeah.
just,
Well, he hasn't seen
from the
Mako,
ground
but
level?
he's definitely seen Rung, because Rung's right behind the
Yeah.
polar bear dogs. Big grin on his face. He's probably seen Aal Supermaning behind, clinging onto the front as well. But if Marco's sort of huddled behind the lip of the sled, he probably hasn't seen Mako yet. More importantly, you haven't seen Oki.
Yeah. Just because I'm a little bit not scared for myself, but scared for also them and myself, I'm gonna try and calm the dogs down.
When you say calm the dogs down, do you mean calm the
Yes.
dogs down? Or do you
Yes.
mean... Okay, cool. So you're bloodbending.
Yeah.
Alrighty, could you please roll me with skills and training?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's one of your basic moves that'll be on your sheet. On the left-hand side. On that
Push
drop-down
your
box.
luck.
Skills and training?
Oh yeah, rely on skills and training.
Sorry, you are right. I did not say the full thing.
No.
Could you please make a rely on your skills and training roll, please, Mr.
I wasn't
Fucking
looking-
Perceptive?
He was looking for S.
I was looking for S.
Yeah, so the Dungeon Master, I can't seem to find a section just called
Shut up,
skills
I got
and
a 10.
training. You got
I
a
got a
10 full
10.
success. Okay. This may not... So what are you trying to do? You're trying to sort of just stop the dogs dead in their
I'm
tracks.
just trying to stop, like, so they can come like up straight to me, but then
Okay.
like have them stop slowly, not like an abrupt
instantly, and then everyone just-
stop. And then
I was
and
hoping
then-
you'd just be like, ha! And then the sled just goes over the top. You very intelligently begin like sort of taking control, slowing down their legs and trying to force them into a bit more of a slower movement with your blood bending. As they do and come to a sit right in front of you, standing like to attention, sitting into attention, the sled comes to a slow stop and then bumps into the back of their tails.
okay, and then I stop blood bending, so it doesn't look like I was blood bending them.
The dog that has kind of been taking a bit more of the lead immediately pounces on you and begins licking your face.
Okay, that's fine. And I lose
We'd be
2
able to
fatigue for that.
perceive.
Thank you.
No. But you do gain the soggy trait, so you can mark that on your character sheet.
I think that's something else.
No, I meant what I said.
I was wondering, Mr.
Alright.
DM, would that be something we'd perceive as like odd, even though we are in pure chaos? Like how they slowed down.
What's
at all?
happening, guys? Why have we stopped?
Rung, would you like to make me a...
Assess the situation.
Yeah, I was trying to think like what would be the most appropriate. The only one I can think of is assess the situation.
But you don't have to.
I didn't say, I just said would you like to? And he's just immediately rolled. Hasn't even said yes. Rude. What question would you like to ask?
Really was just pretty much like I was thinking the brakes on these things are really good. I just wanted to see whether I knew how to do this again or if I noticed anything funny. about
No, but you've seen Aquila be really good with animals before. Really good, like particularly with these sled dogs. Like the stable hand couldn't even get their harnesses on, but when Aquila stepped in, they listened to what he said and did everything he told them. You've seen Aquila be really good with animals twice now. Really good.
it. That was amazing. Bit of a dip, but amazing.
Like
It's got good animal
Caesar
handling.
Milan, dog whisperer. Yeah. I pass over you guys. Aquila is standing there in the snow. No, sorry. Aquila is on his back in the
Laying,
snow,
yeah.
being pushed into snowdrift by a large polar bear dog licking his face.
It's like a really fat snow angel.
Wait,
Yeah.
what happened to Aal?
Yeah.
Because he was hanging off the back.
It comes to a slow stop. So as soon as the momentum is not enough that Aal has to hold on like Superman, he just is standing.
Now I'm just dangling off the back.
Aal like goes flying forwards, crashes through a windscreen. No.
Perfect imprint.
I guess I'm.
Yeah. It makes it an air nomad angel in the snow, just like this skid mark forwards.
I guess
How does he do that?
I guess I have to say to. I was just thinking, like, I have to say to Ikea, it's like, it's good to see some people like you. Not many of those guys around nowadays, I bet.
What do you mean, people like me?
Oh, who wouldn't like you before? These are dogs that like you. Maybe they're not really people.
Oh,
Yes. Just didn't work out well in my
That was a really confusing train of thought, even for Rung. I was like looking around for the station where I could. Yeah, I was like, there must be some context to this word soup that has just tumbled out of his head.
ADHD brain kicks in. It's like I had 5 thoughts at once. Crap.
I'm like looking. Is there like a bingo card I can use to arrange these? Like, how do I make sense of this?
It's chaos up there.
Yeah.
It's basically the dogs like you. Apparently, not many people do right now. That's
There you go. Boom. That's what he says. Boom.
Yeah, okay,
Rung.
all
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Look, are you guys okay? That looked intense.
That was totally awesome.
Yeah.
High fives.
But do you know how to stop it? Because it didn't look like you guys were going to be
Stop what?
stopping.
The chaos? No, God no.
No.
Didn't know how to
dogs.
Keep the chaos going.
We're gonna figure it
I
out
kind of
later.
thought
We
they would
didn't
tie
actually-
themselves out.
What, when you went headfirst into the cliff?
We would cut the rope.
Can
It's
they
fine.
fly?
That would have stopped it.
I mean,
I'll fall in a cliff.
technically,
we didn't think the dogs would be dumb enough to run to a cliff.
one of the dogs starts eating its own poop right in front of you,
The other one probably isn't that dumb.
That one might have been.
and then it begins licking Aquila's face. No.
But it is eating its poop.
It is eating its poop.
Okay.
I have a look in the sled.
Have a look in the poop. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
poop, mate. I don't know. You have a look in the side. As you come around the side of the sled, look in. You just see Mako has like poked his head up over, but hasn't really stood up yet. No sign of Oki. No sign of Shurva. Looks like it's just the boys.
What are you looking around for there?
So
Maybe it's
just
danger.
just making sure that people weren't here.
Oh, wait.
mean-
Did we get instructions on what to do after we found him?
Yeah, no, we were just told to find him.
Yeah, we found him, right?
Good on,
Yeah, you guys can
left
go.
us a note.
You guys are like, great. Thanks, Aquila. Bye. Take the sled around. Thanks, Archie, for coming back as you guys' characters. It's been lovely having you.
Do you need like food and water or something? Like we
So
can
this
go
is
now.
like a welfare check. How you doing?
Food would be great. I don't think I can go back to the water tribe though.
I'll pull out some
Well,
of
I mean-
Chirpy's seed.
You pull out Chirpy? Alright.
No, Chirpy's seed. Like his
Rung-
bag of seed.
Rung hands you a small bag of mixed seeds, some of which are probably edible for you.
I reluctantly eat them.
He
Like,
just
I
watched- Aquila's just like, and as he smiles, there's
Something
like
on millet.
bits of like seed husks stuck in his teeth. Aquila, these are like dried seeds. They are tough. As you're like chewing, you're like,
I think they're designed for birds.
It's
So that little
fine.
bird thing. Husk them in his mouth.
Rung,
Set the husk.
Rung, as you get Chirpy's food out, he gets really excited, and then as you hand it over to Aquila and Aquila starts eating it, Chirpy starts like pecking at you. Somewhat aggressively. You get the sense that Chirpy's a bit food aggressive.
Oh, Chirpy. Oh, yeah. By all means, share and let Chirpy out.
Chirpy runs up and tries to claw at Aquila's legs to get to the seeds.
I pass a small handful down on, like, in my hand, like flat
Chirpy
hand.
just starts like the little beak opening up wide and demolishing the seed. For those of you who don't remember, Chirpy is a sparrow corgi. Yeah. So
Something.
body of a corgi, tail of a sparrow, head of a sparrow, legs of a corgi, but bird feet at the end of it. So somewhat horrifying, some have said. I think adorable. I'm alone in that, I
What
think.
about that? It's just,
I think
it's just
everybody
pure
here-
horrifying.
Everybody here
Love
thinks
Chirpy.
it's adorable.
Is that true?
I'll
Andrew's
have
shaking his
made up
head.
mind yet.
All right. Well, Andrew's kicked. Bye, Andrew.
Bye.
This is the Chirpy appreciation stream tonight. You have to appreciate Chirpy. I still haven't done character art for Chirpy. I will do character art for
Is
Chirpy.
Chirpy a male or female?
Rung has not checked.
No, I wouldn't know how to check. I'm guessing it's like a bird. It's just got a cloaca. So
It
you
has a
don't know
cloaca,
until It has
yeah.
an egg.
I was looking forward to you like picking up and being like, "Word to poon." No, it's a cloaca. That feels like a sentence Rung would say, "Where to peen."
But he's just like, so how often do you have to feed these things, by the way? Is it like a snake? Like once a week or a month or something like that?
Chirpy is demolishing the food. You get the sense that more frequently than what you have been.
It's like once or twice a day. At
I feel
least.
like
What?
it's still more than that.
Once or twice a day at least.
This is what it's like when you take the two brains and like direction
bare
out of the
minimum.
group. Just
Bare
like-
minimum. Once or twice a week.
Once or
day.
twice a week.
I meant
A
day.
week.
I meant day.
That's
That was
a
me
lot.
having a brain
A day.
moment.
You're right. We have no brain here.
Those aren't cheap, those seeds. Give them back.
You just snatch the seeds out of Aquila's hand. Aquila's got like a few left in his hand that he's just like.
You
Aquila,
do know
that
that we have like jerky on us, right?
I don't think he does. You haven't. You're just mentioning it now. No one mentioned that earlier.
Yeah, no, Al has nothing.
I was meant to buy jerky, but I ended up just buying seed that one time.
And Chirpy.
Jerky.
Yeah.
Like we do have proper food rations.
I mean, if you still got food rations in your pack, you can share them with Aquila if you like.
You don't have to.
Oh,
He said if you like.
I
yeah, he did say if you like.
This episode doesn't count. You have as many rations as you
Uh,
need.
Yeah, have it-
at the moment, this episode's canon, so I haven't.
Al left
Nothing's
his rations back at the base.
nothing's happened yet that makes me think this is impossible. This is still.
I take that back.
Time to ramp this up, guys.
So Marco's like, mate, I've got food for you. Reaches into his pack and then like comes out with like a few crumbs on his
6
hand.
lobsters.
I thought Oh, we were meant to get more food. What actually happened to that?
You hear
Ryan,
Aquila's
what happened?
stomach
You're meant to go get more
rumble quite loudly.
Yeah, we got food.
No,
Chirpy,
it's-
come back here.
it's fine.
Food.
I had my seeds. It's fine. What are you guys doing here?
We're meant to go find you. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
The girls asked us to find you, and Kudok left us a note to go check out this place with you. Dave doesn't remember what the note exactly said.
There's a temple.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Northern Ice Temple. And he said, specifically the note said, because Al's only just read this. So has Dave, though. So if Dave...
I remember the important part about like female male discrimination, but I don't remember the part.
That wasn't in the
about
note. It's not... That was in your head. You just skipped to your part of the conversation.
It was like a 9-tailed fox, I think.
I just take micro naps. When do you do those? Whenever anyone else is speaking, I just skip ahead to my part. It's more interesting that way. Fucking Dave. No, so you do. I would say Al remembers that the note suggested that Oki and Aquila, because obviously he wrote this before it was known what Aquila was up to. Oki and Aquila should go and check out the Northern Ice Temple.
Yep. Yeah. So Kudok left us a note to find you in, to take you to the Northern Temple to check out for some restless spirits.
Have I been there before? Like, has Killer been there before?
No, you haven't actually been allowed to go there. It's been deemed a bit too dangerous by Tarnuk.
I'm a bloodbender. We can go.
You changed your name to Killer, by the way. Just like you just didn't say a killer. You just said, "Is Killer been there yet?" Like,
Actually,
oh,
a killer?
A killer, more like a killer.
The A is silent. I'm a killer. No, so Aquila, you probably haven't been there before. It's an old, decrepit building. Originally, it was used as a place where the seers would go and commune with spirits, but for many generations, it's kind of been left to disrepair. So a lot of other cultures within the world of Avatar still have these temples. So the Fire Sage temples, for example, are one of them. The Water Tribe have kind of lost touch with theirs in that sort of specific context. So the Water Tribe have moved away from that very strict organized way of communing with spirits to a much more free-flowing one in the last sort of 200, 300 years. So the temple has really fallen into disrepair. There wasn't really anything there for you to look at or do. It's not a particularly interesting place. It was deemed dangerous not because it's a place full of angry spirits, just because of its position. It's on a section of iceberg that has actually broken away from the coast. And the iceberg itself is quite precariously balanced, just off the oceans towards the northeast of where you guys are now. Actually, in direction would be towards the Northern Air Temple from here, to be honest. Like it's sort of a little bit on the way to the Northern Air Temple from here. It's just dangerous because it's hard to get there, and it's on part of an iceberg that's broken off. You have to be able to climb up the outside of this iceberg. It's dangerous.
Time to swim.
How
No,
important
not
is
swimming.
it for us to go?
I mean, it was in a note,
Listed
so
as important.
Like,
the red check mark. There was a red exclamation
there
mark.
was a
in
red
there.
Yeah, you guys, if you check your mini map, there's a waypoint that's appeared there now. The sky boom sound appears, and then you look in the top left, and it's like go
what's
to
the
A.
arrow above your head?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good joke.
Yeah, because
Arrow.
Airbender. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet everyone thought I was being clever. I just realised.
no, you were being clever.
You were being clever. It's fine. Don't worry.
Yes.
You have found one of the stones of Baranzar. Only 30 more to go. Good luck, everybody. I know.
You found it. If it's a little bit of a dangerous trek, but if you'll allow me to help us get there.
How do you mean help?
Find help. Yeah, I'm with him.
You're with him. All right.
No, find help.
I didn't know you guys were a couple. Yes, don't get.
Oh, Rung, since when?
Since I threw some coal in his head and he just set it on fire, we realized that coal and fire is like the perfect combination. We're like, yeah, exactly, yeah. Not so funny now, is it?
Oh, that's
I
fine.
found that our passion burned as hot as my coal burns under his flame.
You around have so much energy.
And the shipping has begun.
Yeah,
I want pictures. I want pictures of them together.
I'll get started.
Thank you.
That's what the Lost Archives OnlyFans is for.
just runs bad like naked drawings in coal.
Oh my god.
Don't look at them.
My eyes.
Jesus Christ.
It's not for Aal's eyes on there. He's too innocent.
I really hope children don't listen to this. I haven't age restricted it. Maybe thinking I should.
Penis.
Carry on.
Look, I'm very good with animals.
Okay, as long as it's the animals and not us.
No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm done. It's
I'm
better
just-
than whatever. It's better than whatever just happened before.
It might be easier to get there than, on a sled. Because it's
Can you
water.
fly?
You can fly?
He can
Yeah,
talk.
fly.
I can
Yeah,
fly.
he can like bend people into flying. Yeah, but he does it weirder, so it's all like all in the air like that. You'd
Like
naturally
how?
glide.
Like how are we all gonna get across?
Is there anything? This is to DM Owen.
Hello.
Is there anything?
I mean, I also accept God, but yeah. No, kidding.
Yep.
Wow.
Dad, is there anything
No, that's not
Daddy.
good. That's weird. All right.
that say can fly around here?
There are lots of things that can fly. There's lots of animals that can fly. Mostly small seabirds.
that are big enough.
Oh, to ride.
Yeah.
The only one that you know of is the sky bison, which you have a little puppet of. But I mean, you've never actually seen one. You've just heard tales of them. An animal large enough to fly. No, there's mostly the birds or flying animals you've seen around here are seabirds. So like quite large, like albatross sized, but
get
not
enough
big
of
enough to
them.
ride.
How heavy are all of us?
Think the same.
How many albatrosses do
If we
we
get
need?
enough and connect them to the sleigh, and like it just
I'm going to tell you now,
With
too
the sleigh
many
float?
Santa.
too many to bloodbend. I'll tell you
With
that
the
now.
sleigh float.
How do you bloodbend them all
The
in sequence?
sleigh's made of wood with metal skates underneath. Aal, as you look at it, yeah, you're confident it would partially float.
Oh,
Can we
I,
slay it across the ice?
I
Are you
ice?
able to ice bend?
yeah.
Oh, thank God.
Can I ice bend?
I've been dying here as you guys like, maybe we could make like a flotilla of albatross and like
Have you
fly
seen?
there.
Have you seen the play Up?
a fucking
Just out
ice
of
bender.
curiosity.
Santa with albatross.
I was just thinking.
How much have you guys
deck
drunk
chair.
tonight? I'm 2 beers deep and I still got there. I need 3 for this session, clearly.
I was like, oh, he blood bends and water bends. He doesn't ice bend. It's fine.
All right.
It's just-
Can I?
Yes. Yep. Can I look out for some albatross? Yeah. No. Would you like to make a small ice bridge in front of the cart, Aquila?
Yeah.
In front of the sled? Yeah, absolutely. As you get to the front of the sled and you begin sort of focusing, you realize that your position at the back of the sled is going to be a little bit tricky to maintain an ice flow continuously. You probably want to be on the back of one of the polar bear dogs so that you're a little bit closer and you can make it a bit further in front. And that way you can kind of control the width a bit as well, so the polar bear dogs don't go sliding off the side. But
And then
in
if I
theory,
want, I
this
can
should
let
work.
them go, and they can all drown.
Said that out loud.
right?
No. All right. Cool. So yeah, I'll.
Aquila,
Jump
I'm going to
on.
tell you right now, dead bodies still have blood in them.
A killer. When we're on the
Don't
ice,
don't
be nice.
weekend at Bernie's us.
I would love if from every session from now on, Archie's like texting the rest of you about what he has you do. And so we'll just see how long it takes. See how long it takes Shurva and Oki to realize you guys are just dead meat puppets.
We've just been dead all along.
Yeah. That'd be hilarious.
Resurrection jutsu.
Oh, wow.
All right. So I'll jump on.
I believe it's the Edo Tensei.
The one that.
I actually
Licks my
have only
face.
seen a smattering of Naruto. I don't know how I know that. Sorry, what was that? What was that, Aquila?
I'm gonna
Was
jump
it
on top of the one that licked my face, not
Yeah,
the one
so
that
not
was
the one eating its
eating
poop. Yeah,
Yeah.
not the one eating its poop. Yeah, you climb on its back.
I've got favorites. That's
Oh,
clear
yeah.
already.
Yeah, absolutely. As you climb on its back, it sort of like shuffles around a little bit, getting comfy, and then sort of barks a few times and begins pulling the sled away a little bit. Not really being
Are
used
you
to having a
on the
rider.
sleigh?
Not on
Or-
display.
What was that? Sorry.
Do they get on the sleigh?
It's moving slowly enough that they can catch
Oh,
up
okay.
if they wish, and Aal can fly. So
Yeah, I'll slides. I'll slides.
okay, less of an issue. That's good. That reduces the weight on the sled. That is, I need to know that. So it's just Rung and Mako on the sleigh. Cool. As you guys begin sort of moving around the coast, you don't have to start this ice bending for a little bit. You know that it's a little bit of a journey, probably about 30, 40 minutes along the coastline before you reach the edge of the sea ice. And even then, it's not that you have to make a continuous line of ice. Aquila just needs to make little ice bridges every so often to join the flows together. There's a sea of drifting ice, fragments of sea ice forming these ice flows all around this iceberg. It's not just an iceberg floating in the middle of the ocean. So Aquila, it's not like you're making a continuous line of ice because that would be very hard to balance on. You're just joining up existing ice flows, and that provides the balance.
Am I aware of
yeah.
where to go?
You would know the vague direction you need to head, and it doesn't take too long as you come around the headland. So as you move along for those 30, 40 minutes, is there anything you'd be doing on the sled for those 30, 40 minutes? And then I'll jump in and tell you what you see. Nope. Okay. Just silently sitting there, the wind in your hair. I mean, it is a bit awkward, right? Because Aquila, like, kind of did some bad shit. So it is a little bit awkward. I get it.
I told them not to talk shit or I'll let them drown.
Do you say that? Okay. You can say that if you like.
Just dumb to drown.
I'll just flying around looking for big shadows in the ground to make sure there's no like shark or anything.
Oh, you
No,
got a
but there
shark
are
on stage.
ice worms. You watch Aal as this burning, massive horn, this red hot horn bursts through the ice like in Subnautica Below Zero and swallows the sled whole. As you see your friends No, none of that happens. As you're flying above Aal, a few seabirds come and form formation around you, seeking protection from maybe some airborne predators high above, and sort of using your shadow to try and stay out of sight. You can see the Northern Water Tribe falling behind you, falling into the distance, and just this sea of shifting sea ice in front of you. There's this field of ice floes drifting gently on the ocean currents. Almost as far as the eye can see, it looks like it stretches almost towards the horizon. Occasionally broken by larger icebergs dotting the landscape. As you guys are sort of coming around a bend, you see standing at the edge of the pathway, as you sort of come up back to where you were in line with the city, standing on the edge of the pathway, walking along, looking fucking furious, is a Fire Nation soldier dressed in leather armor, carrying a whip. It's Shurva. And as she sees you guys on the sled going past, she sort of like tries to wave at you guys to wave you down.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
Yeah, I go and look at Mako and be like, what are we doing? All right.
Most women are mad at you guys. I don't know why Oki's. I don't know why Shurva's mad at you, but I can completely understand why Oki's mad at you. What have you done, Mako?
Have you seen?
For podcast listeners, Andrew is gesturing to all of himself. You just gestured to all of me.
Yep.
Yep. As you guys speed past, you hear on the wind coming from Shurva's mouth, "What the fuck?" As the sled just powers past her, and she begins like trying to jog after it behind you.
Oh, you're right. Go, march.
Maybe we should have. No, we can't stop now. This is okay.
Shurva just gets left behind as you guys begin like just fucking legging it on the back. Aquila's just like to the dogs like, mush. The dogs begin taking off.
I start burning the ice behind us.
You start melting the ice behind you. Do you?
Just so she can't.
I need to know this. This is important. Do you do that?
No, because I'll destroy our stability on the thing.
Okay.
Like.
Cool.
Oh, what? Kill us all.
As the sled just begins sliding backwards into the cold, dark ocean, Mako's last thought is like, maybe I should have wished to fix my future mistakes too. No. No,
Could I have? Wait, hang on a second.
You don't know.
That would cause way more
potentially.
problems.
And you don't know if this is potentially an ongoing thing. You said you wanted to fix your mistakes. You didn't say that it would stop after.
Oh no!
You didn't specify an end date. The sled continues on. Before too long, you reach the edge of the sea ice, and Aquila begins having to concentrate creating these ice bridges. Aquila, could I please get you to roll me a skills and training roll again, please?
Rely on skills and training. Yep.
Yeah, so I need to specifically request a rely on skills and training roll, please. Thank you.
7.
Well, actually, I think you'll find that you rolled a 6 and a 2, and you get a +1 to that. No, you get a -1 to that because you're not very focused.
That's you, I think. That's what you sound like.
Reading monologue sucks. That's pretty good.
That's a bit rude. I take it.
Killer or Archie? I'm not sure.
I'm the dungeon master now. Aquila, you are able to kind of create these ice bridges on the fly, but you're finding that it's starting to take its toll. Before too long, like because you are sort of having to be quite reactionary at the pace the sled is currently moving at, every so often you sort of go, oh fuck, that's a bit closer than I thought, and try and push out this ice bridge really quickly. And then as you get onto this ice floe, you're like, oh, this is really, really thin ice. You begin like trying to like thicken the ice up underneath you as the sled reaches the front of the ice floe. But you are able to keep the cart moving. As you round the headland, you can see a couple of large icebergs in front of you, but the one that stands out is this massive shard of ice, currently sort of teetering on the edge as it's slowly tipping, and perched precariously on this upper shard is a large temple made of dark wood, parts of it painted blue with this fading dark blue paint, almost like a midnight blue paint, and a tall spire with the symbol of 2 fish, a white and a black fish circling one another. The fins of the white one have been broken off and part of the head of the black is missing as the temple has been severely damaged, sort of pushing up from the center of this spire. You can see the temple's probably 3 or 4 stories, and then this spire looks to be another 2 stories on top of it.
How high up?
Yeah, it's at the top of an iceberg that is easily 50, 60 meters tall. It is huge. And Aquila, as you sort of look at it, you realize that the iceberg below the surface would have to be about the same, which means this thing is massive. It is a huge section of ice.
There's a few smaller icebergs around it, sort of 20, 30 meters across, but this one is massive. As you continue sort of pushing along, you notice that one of the icebergs you head past has a small boat moored up against it, just moored up against one of these icebergs, and you can see that it's been sort of nailed into the ice with a large ice pick, almost like a peg that's been hammered into the ice, and you can see there's these water-bended steps along the side of the ice leading up to around the side of the iceberg, but you don't see anyone else or anything else, just this boat that's been moored there, and it looks like it's in fairly good condition, the boat. But I'm assuming you guys continue on in your sled.
Yeah.
Cool. It's only another 5-10 minutes across the ice at the pace you guys are setting before you arrive at the edge of this iceberg. You can see that a section of sea ice around it has frozen solid, and it looks to be a safe place to leave the sled and the dogs for the moment. It's not attached to the iceberg itself, but a few sections of sea ice are still solid around the area. As the dogs sort of come to a bit of a standstill and begin sniffing at the water, you can see a few otter seals diving below for cover. The polar bear dog's looking very excited about this.
From the air, could I see anyone near the other boat at all?
Do you want to make me a assess the situation check?
I would love to do that for you.
Oh, thank you.
Teacher's pet.
He doesn't call me daddy, so I don't think you can judge.
I am struggling to do this.
So if you open up your character sheet,
Yeah, there was no daddy. It was just dad.
Is it creativity or is it focus?
it should be on your character sheet. So if you open up the character sheet on the left-hand side, so if you
It's just under rely on your skills and training.
So I'm opening it up for you now. There you go. You should be able to see them.
Thank
Just
you,
underneath
thank you.
your
Yep.
underneath your training, you can see the basic moves reference, and one of those options will be rely on your skills and training, and the other one is assess the situation.
I just lost everything. I don't know what happened. There we go.
There you go, buddy. Can you see it?
That is a...
7. Very nice.
Did I just roll 1? 7.
7. Aal, as you have a bit of a look over the edge of the iceberg, you can see that there are signs of people having moved around, and actually embedded into the side of the iceberg is what looks to be some sort of hut, half melted into the iceberg. And you can see a set of footprints that lead towards that and go inside, but no footprints leading out.
Al circles to the others and tells them about this. Hey guys, there's like a hut over there, and I think people are in there. Should we check it out, or just bypassing it at the temple?
How far is it from where we are if we were to like just walk?
Is it near that boat?
Walk, it'd be 20-30 minutes walk.
Nah, it's too far away.
Is it near the boat, or are we near the boat?
Make it. It'd be pretty cool.
It was near the boat that we passed on the way here.
It's the same iceberg as the boat.
Cool.
I could just put my head in, or you think it's just not worth it?
We can all go.
Man, how?
Well, let's go. Let's just
You're
go.
pretty
Like,
quick at flight.
let's think about it this way.
Or we could just go to the temple. It doesn't make a difference, I guess.
True.
But what if it does?
Like, there's. You know what? I miss having someone that just makes the decision for us.
You know, the longer we take, the faster Shurva will do.
Yeah, let's just go somewhere. Like, we need to pick someone now. Like, we need to go.
Yeah, let's just go to the temple. Fuck it.
Yeah, temple.
So you're not going to go check out the...
They might have information on
Sounds
the
like
temple.
someone here really doesn't want to see this thing. And the fact that he
I'm just
doesn't want to
curious.
see it,
I'm just curious. I just want to know what you guys do.
They might have
I'm
information
keen to
on the
see it.
temple. So like it might.
But you know what else would have information on the temple?
The temple.
The
The
Temple?
temple itself.
Yeah.
Did
But
the
what if the igloo has like important thing for the temple?
Well, we can go there after.
did the
What?
did
What if
the
they can
igloo-
tell me-
Wasting time.
What if they can tell me how to like appease the spirits? Because I definitely don't know. You
Yeah.
don't know. No one here knows.
God,
Something
will
else
it be
like-
like kind of on the way? Like we're going forward by a bit to left.
we
and
already
just have
passed
to
No,
go
we're
back?
already at the temple.
Yeah.
We've already passed
Go
the
back
boat.
to it.
Like we'd have to go backwards and then.
Did the
go-
igloo look like a permanent thing, or was it
So
look
it's,
like
it's
a
actually made of wood.
half-made-
It looks like a permanent structure that's been built into the
What
side of
is
this
it?
iceberg.
Oh, so it's still going to be there when we get back.
Oh, I can burn it.
It was like 2 minutes flying, right?
First thought.
It's in keeping with tradition.
It's like a 2 minute
Yeah,
flight,
like
right?
ruining your campaign, but burn everything down.
It'd be like a 2-minute flight. Yeah.
Do you want to go ahead, like, just
Oh,
knock to see if anyone's there?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll
pop
just go check it out and come back. And
Yeah.
yeah,
If
okay.
it's important, we'll go.
If
If
I'm
not,
more
I'll-
than 10 minutes,
They've killed
it
you.
means I'm dead.
and go to the temple.
I'll keep an eye out for you.
And then avenge me on the way back.
Yeah, we'll avenge you on the way back. Yeah.
Aal flies off to check out the igloo.
Alrighty,
He
we'll
has to be
follow.
close to the hut.
We'll follow Aal for the moment. Aal, as you arrive at the hut, you can hear voices from within. Very familiar voices. And as you look inside, you can see Ahini and Oki picking through the remains of this hut that is partially destroyed and partially frozen. They haven't noticed you yet, having been quite wrapped up in what they're doing. just literally, you just leave.
Nope.
No, nothing. You just walk out the door. So like as you come around the bend, you hear Ahini and Oki talking, and then you're like, ooh.
Yeah, Aal does not want to eavesdrop, and that would be impolite, so Aal leaves.
Okay. A few minutes later, Aal flies back to you guys.
Don't worry about it, it's nothing.
Oh, okay, cool.
Feels rather defensive. Didn't see
Can we
anything.
so we can grab firewood on the way back then?
Maybe if the people in there are gone.
You said it was.
Just...
Oki and Ahini are in there.
Oh yeah, let's keep going.
So,
Let's keep going. Yeah, let's keep going.
Cool.
While this has been going on, you can see that the iceberg is teetering. Every sort of wave that comes along, every larger wave that comes along causes the entire iceberg to shift and rock ever so slightly.
Can you Can you stabilize that iceberg? Or is that too much?
I think you're talking to Aquila, right?
Yeah.
No, I think he's talking to the DM.
DM. Can you stabilize the iceberg for us?
What's it worth to you?
Channel points.
I'm willing to
go.
move my balance one more into action.
If I stabilize this iceberg,
Yep.
I guess I could
put me on three.
just do it.
or Aquila could do it with water painting.
Or Aquila could do it, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Can I stabilize the iceberg, please?
Yeah, of course you can start freezing the area around it and attaching sea ice to it. Yeah, and the bigger the surface area of the water, on the surface of the water, the more stable this is going to be. Yeah, you've already started kind of doing it with your ice bridges to get here. As you begin sort of like freezing sections of water to join these floating sections of sea ice to the large iceberg, I mean, it's going to take a lot to make it stable, but you can definitely make it more stable than it is now. Definitely make it safer.
I just don't
for you
want
guys to climb
it to be tipping right over.
Yeah, can you roll me a push your luck, please?
How's a
7?
7?
No, absolutely. You spend a little bit of time going around freezing up the edges of the iceberg and trying to connect it to as much sea ice as you can. Rung, Mako, and Aal. While Aquila is doing this, it's going to take him sort of 30 minutes or so to do this. What are the three of you doing?
I'll fly around
check
and
out.
scout the temple. Yeah.
Yeah, Aal, as you have a bit of a fly around and begin scanning the temple, could you roll and assess the situation for me, please?
Yeah, I'm specifically looking for an easy way for everyone else to get up because
Yeah.
they can't fly. And
I guess I could make
Would it-
stairs.
Would it help stabilizing it if I started melting bits to the top?
Where the
Potentially.
temple is?
14?
Oh.
Ask me two questions
no,
and I'll tell you
like-
two
net
answers.
20, net 12.
Nat 12.
Okay. What is the best way for my friends to get up?
Good question. Around the side of the iceberg, there is a section that is a little bit flatter because of the shape of it and the angle that it's on. There's a section around the side that's a little bit flatter that would be easier to access. It's still going to be a little bit tricky, but probably the best way to approach this is to start freezing some stairs in the ice.
And oh no, I don't have any other questions. Does the temple look like it goes like all the way down under the iceberg as well?
It absolutely does. It looks like there's a few more floors frozen into the iceberg itself. Some cellar levels, some deeper levels.
Well, that's where they keep
Aal,
the
as
good
you-
wine.
Aal, as you fly around and have a bit of a look, you also get the sense, looking through, there's a section of the iceberg that actually opens up and it's a tunnel leading into the ice that's being melted by water. You can actually see it looks like there's a network of tunnels through this iceberg.
Hang on. So what is going into the iceberg?
So because the iceberg is a mixture of salt and fresh water and they freeze at different rates and different densities, parts of the iceberg have melted quicker than others as it's been exposed to the sun. It looks like there's a network of ice caverns throughout this iceberg, either natural or waterbender made. There's only one
that
section that's
could be a
exposed that
drowning
you can
risk.
see above the surface of the water. Potentially, it could potentially be a drowning risk inside the ice. Absolutely, yeah, it's a possibility.
Okay.
Mako
I'll go-
should check.
I should check. You're right.
Yep. I'll report this back to everyone else.
Cool.
What would Mako be doing?
I would probably not do this because it's stupid, so I won't do it. I was gonna say to just melting bits of the top of the ice, like on the top part.
How are you getting to the top of the ice?
Oh no, like just around like the side, so it's not as heavy on the top. But then I'm like, no, that's just silly. Don't do that. That's
So
not.
it's like 80 meters up.
Yeah,
your
let's just
firebending doesn't quite get that far as you're standing.
No,
there.
like no, like or even around like just not on the base, but like a little bit up. But like that's just not worth it.
It's gonna be pretty difficult. Do you still want to do that, or do you want to do something else?
No, that would probably cause a lot of troubles and chaos for me. So I'm just going to keep an eye out to make sure no one sees us, or I can see anyone.
Okay, absolutely. Keep and watch. And Rung, what would you be doing?
I was wondering if it would help Aquila at all while he's doing this to make ice puns the entire time he's doing his work. Like, ice work, or, yes, the end of the ice age, or something like that.
That last one's not a
Start
pun.
of the
That's
ice
just
age.
It's time to chill out.
No, I'd chill out. That's it. I just watched Batman Forever the other night, and
Yeah.
Ice to meet you.
all in my head.
Chill
the
out.
dinosaurs. The ice age.
That does not help Aquila. That was good. That was good Arnie, though, I have to say. That was good Arnie.
That was very good. Yeah.
That does not help Aquila at all. If anything, you are distracting him and making it harder for him to do his job.
I'm gonna mark an angry on my condition.
That's fair. That's fair.
Prepare for the ice age.
It's just shit.
I'm making that my message tone.
What's your message tone?
Presentation of Arnie being prepared for the ice age.
Prepare for the ice age.
The Iceman comes.
The Iceman cometh. Eyes to meet you. Oh my god.
Yes.
That's the Arnie accent. You just have to like speak as if you've got like something in your throat already, in your mouth already. It's eyes to meet you.
Right there.
Yeah,
Like, you
that's
gotta
it.
picture there's more muscle there.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys all finish these tasks around the same time and come back together again at the base of the iceberg. And Aal reports what he has seen.
That's the best way to get up.
So then, shall we? Like, let's just get this done.
Alright.
Run away so we can avoid all the chaos that the problems in the future might happen. So
Can
let's
I
go.
try and like build the stairs on like the opposite side of the iceberg so that from the cavern they can't see us?
Yeah, so like they can't see the.
You can, but that's one of the areas that Aal identified as being particularly tricky to climb. That's the steeper edge. The flatter edge. The flatter tapered edge is actually where it is sort of a little bit out from where you guys are now, but would be visible from the other iceberg that Aal flew over to before. The one where you know Oki and Ahini are.
We don't really need to be sneaky about it.
Yeah, but I just don't want them walking up my stairs.
Don't worry. I'll melt them behind us.
Just put out here. Seems like we're doing a lot of covering for one person here. Like, nothing bad happens to us if we get caught for any of this.
True.
Seems like a killer's still trying to avoid some responsibility for chopping someone's arm off.
She tried to kill me.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I didn't know that part.
No,
Who tried to kill you?
Oki.
Ah,
Oki. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
You're talking about the sister.
I thought you were talking about don't worry.
No, not
I
yet.
made it okay.
In Akila's mind, is like, wait, would that change things? Yeah, she tried to kill me, guys. She came at me with an ice
Really
knife.
gave you a free pass. Get out.
She couldn't waterbend. Well, she found one. She could waterbend.
She's also a bloodbender.
Yeah. She bloodbended me. I'm not even a bloodbender. She's bloodbending me
I
right
should
now.
have thrown her under the bus.
Yeah. So my question is, are you guys going to be sort of assembling ice steps to try and climb up the outside?
Yes.
Yes.
Alrighty. So what I need from Aquila is a skills and training, from Mako and from Rung. Could I get you to just roll with focus?
Oh shit.
Do we need a roll still? Like, just out of curiosity?
Yes, you do. Yep, because I need to know how badly this goes for you guys.
Yeah, I'm just flying up.
Just
I'll can
roll
fly.
focus. Okay.
Mako 9. Yeah, so Aquila rolled a 4, which is a failure. Marco's rolled a 9. Rung's rolled a 5.
Come on.
Aquila, I mean, making steps in your mind, it's never something you've specifically like trained to do, because in your mind you're like, well, how fucking hard can it be? Turns out making steps that aren't super slippery out of ice, there's a trick to it, and you do not know that trick. The first set of stairs are fine, everyone starts powering up, and then by the time you're about sort of a story up, so 10 meters up, the stairs begin getting very slippery as the density of the ice changes somewhat. Aquila, you find yourself slipping a little bit, and as Rung puts his foot down, his leg goes out from underneath him, and he drops off the side of the ice stairs straight into the frigid cold water of the North Pole. Mako barely manages to like fall flat on his face and prevent himself falling off the side of the stairs. Aal, you just watch as Rung just drops off and falls like a stone into the ocean. Rung, it is freezing. I need you to immediately mark a fatigue as you are dunked in freezing water. Water that is below 0 degrees. The only thing stopping it freezing is the salt water content.
Chirpy, keep me warm.
Oh, Chirpy's dead.
Chirpy. Could I get you to
Chirpy
roll?
on the way, just like yeet him.
Can
at
Chirpy
Marco
fly?
or Aal.
Chirpy cannot fly. I'm just rolling a D100 to see if Chirpy's alive. Okay. I had a 60% chance Chirpy survived. So 40% above, Chirpy lives through this. That's 80. Chirpy lives.
Chirpy's dead, I'm sorry.
Chirpy's fish food, baby.
It's just like what do you call it? Like Link, where he just picks up the chicken, does that little hopper thing when he holds a chicken. It's just like that, Chirpy.
Yeah, like what the cuckoo, Link and a cuckoo in Breath of the Wild. Yeah. No, that does not happen because you don't remember Chirpy until you're in the water, and Chirpy sort of immediately claws his way out of your cloak and like swims to the surface and begins like pulling himself up onto an ice floe. Chirpy looks sad and wet and cold. Rung, even worse. As Rung pulls himself out, ice is beginning to crystallize in his goatee, and you can see that his eyelashes have already like frozen partly shut, making it very hard for Rung to see as he tries to pull himself out of the ice. That's a good question.
Yeah.
No, but Rung in salt water that is really cold is still buoyant, so he doesn't have to.
Yeah,
swim.
that's true.
Freezing cold salt water, he's buoyant.
Like a rolling stone as I'm shivering. Come give me a hug, Mako. Give me a hug right now.
Like, how high up did we make it?
10 meters out of 80.
Oh, cool. Not that high.
We made it an 8th. What are you talking about?
I might need a few more of these. Can you just like...
I get fire in my hand and just like bring it close.
Can I get like a any stone I can move up from the ground, or is it all just ice?
It's ice. It's all sea ice. You're out over the open ocean and sea ice.
What about in the
Like
cabin?
ice.
It's an iceberg.
Can you say that was wood?
Lettuce?
There's
That's
water.
so expensive right now, Andrew.
I know, right? Jesus.
Imported timber to the iceberg.
Can Aal fly to the slippery steps
Yes.
and like blow air on it to evaporate it, which also lowers the temperature, which will dry it and cause it to freeze?
Oh, that sounds really good. Yeah, can I get you to roll me with push your luck?
I don't think there's much luck involved with this. It's science.
It is science, but it's luck that Aal knew what to do.
That is a 3.
Aal, as you lower the temperature, rather than drying out the ice, unfortunately, what it's doing is sort of allowing sections of the different density to change and creating this sort of freezing cold surface that condensation is starting to form on, and it becomes even slipperier. You watch as Mako begins sliding on his face, begins sliding slowly down the steps.
Can I just like
just going
use
like,
my-
bum, 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 bum,
Can I like sort of like use fire to like sort of melt a little cabin like hook for my hand so I can just grab on?
Absolutely, of course
No,
you
this
can.
is worse.
Mako just comes to a dead stop halfway down. lying down on the ice.
Imagine just like a big molten streak of hands down the entire.
Because it takes a few seconds to summon the fire, and it's still melting slowly, so it takes a bit of time. And Mako, now there's like cold water running down the steps onto your face from where you melted.
It looks so stupid from the distance.
Aal is still there going,
rolling up and sliding down.
cooling it down. The ice begins to freeze Marco's face back into the stairs again as the water refreezes with Aal's cold breath.
Nope,
No,
nope,
I'm kidding,
nope,
I'm kidding.
This is time to say, tongue stuck on those eyes.
Can I?
But guys, it's impossible. We can't make it to the top.
Weren't there stairs already, guys?
No,
Can
not
I
on
make
this one.
like an ice pillar,
Yeah, of course you can.
like underneath
all-
us to shoot
All of
us
us
up?
just- Can you make an ice
Or you
elevator?
could. I mean, I'm gonna say this now because I'm a nice DM. You could also
Are you?
just tunnel through the iceberg. I haven't hinted that there were tunnels there already.
So pillar, everyone's good for a
Pillar's
pillar.
fine.
yeah, ice elevator. Yeah, let's go.
I
ice
feel like
elevator.
that's worse.
The entrance is on the top, right?
Sliding off an 80-meter tall pillar.
It's just one.
Unless you can
Like,
make a woven
on it,
basket of
Went
ice.
on it, and it was just okay. Fine, a basket of ice. Is it better?
I'm just gonna yeet us onto the iceberg, boys. Hold on tight. Let's go.
Catapult.
Yeah.
Trebuchet.
Boys
Yeah,
will be boys.
Would you, Aquila? Would you like to make a pillar of ice that just rises up and moves you guys onto the top of the iceberg?
Yeah.
Of course you can. Could you please roll me with push your luck? This is
Can we
quite a
knock
bit of
it
water
down so
bending
it
we're
makes a
doing here.
giant
Oh,
splash.
push my luck.
Yep, this is using a lot of water bending. This is 13.
Oh,
Something. So this, in a way, this is kind of a little bit similar to blood bending. The other thing you could have done, Aquila, as well, if you were interested, is you could have blood bended them up there too, turn them into a ladder.
yeah,
Just
but then how would I get up there?
climb the ladder.
80 meters.
You can use this as like a magic carpet. Like one of us
Yeah,
stand on it.
It's a whole new.
Climbing
As your
like
face is like
Suncock Tower or
twisted
some
in
shit.
pain from the blood bending.
I think after the incident, I kind of sworn off bloodbending people unless
Fair. Unless I really
necessary.
feel like it.
or as Oki.
To save your arm.
Yeah.
Aquila, you immediately sort of like pull the ice towards you, the seawater towards you, and begin rising it up along the side of this iceberg. Using the ice from the iceberg as well to kind of supplement this pillar, essentially just creating this almost like extension of the iceberg, slowly rising up the side of it. And before too long, you guys arrive at the top, only a few sort of seconds worth of you ice bending, pulling this pillar up, and you step out off the pillar onto the top of the iceberg. The temple is only sort of 20 meters away from you, just along through the snow.
Why didn't we do that to begin with?
Do what? Sorry? What? The
You're
pillar?
gone.
Stairs
Yeah,
here.
that was
I
my
had a gong too,
mic
yeah.
boom. That was my
Oh.
mic boom.
I wonder if you're like emphasizing the. I'm gonna ring the stupid bell. Why didn't we do that earlier? Bong.
Timing.
It's the bell of hindsight.
There's a bell for that? I haven't heard
Yeah.
that.
It goes with the conch.
Yeah,
of
you never
mistakes.
will, Andrew.
The conch of summoning spirits.
Wait, there's you can summon spirits that way?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to get one.
You don't know about this.
So-
Andrew knows about this. Marco does not.
No,
So
Marco does
temple?
not. Temple. Let's go in.
What do we do now we're here? Just check it out.
Check it. Yeah, we're just checking it out.
I haven't really thought about that part yet. Like,
I don't know what we actually had to. Why we were coming here. I just.
Yeah,
Was it the
Kunoxna
fox?
said something about spirits being restless.
oh, so Marco should go in first.
Yep, sounds like.
What? No,
sounds
no.
good.
Actually, no. That doesn't sound like a bad. No, it is
I'll
a bad
push-
idea.
I'll push this marker through.
Fuck.
Okay.
Marco, there's fish in there.
As soon as Marco enters the grounds of the temple, so as you come up to the doors are partially open. One of them's broken off its hinges and is hanging loose. As Al pushes Marco through the faded painted doors of the temple, blue lights burn to life in the wall sconces and the torches all around as blue fire leaps up. The doors rise back onto their hinges and slam shut, sealing Marco inside the temple. There is the sound of a gong. It plays out. Thank you. That's not working, Archie. Sorry, mate. That's it.
Yeet Dab Senpai just scared me in chat.
Challenge mode's only for games. Sorry, Yeet to Senpai. Not for. Sorry, what I should say. It's only for like when I'm playing computer games and things like that. But challenge mode, kill them all. I'm giving it my best shot. Don't worry.
Yeah, so you guys, the door slams shut behind Mako. Mako, inside the temple, the wall sconces spring to life with blue flame, this ghostly blue flame, and you watch as the flames begin to coalesce, sections of them, embers pulling into the center of the room, as a very familiar form begins to take shape of the burning blue embers. A fox.
Nice trick, guys. Open up the door.
Pulling itself from the
Please.
embers. But this time, not with two tails, or one tail as you've seen it before. This time with four tails. Sort of swishing backwards and forwards, burning with
You missed the
ghostly
stage
blue
there,
light.
dude. You meant to go 1, 2, 3.
No, it has not skipped one. You just
Oh,
didn't-
do you double every time?
You didn't see it. Back outside, you guys watch as the door slams shut, and the symbol above the door, this fox head symbol, the eyes glow with this ghostly blue light. You hear from behind you a familiar voice. Shurva. What the fuck have you guys done now? And that is where we're going to end for tonight.
Wow, did she get up here?
How did she get up here?
Oh man, I came up with this hilarious idea and I thought, oh, that'd be funny. And then I'm like, I'm gonna fucking do it, and I'll just tell Bree next time this is how you got up there. It's gonna be amazing. And if she chooses to share it with you or not, you
She
don't.
took the stairs.
Does she get her whip?
Stairs.
Go around the pillar and like climb up the pillar, like Mulan style, like Dark Side of the Moon stuff.
That would have been
Get down
really
to
cool.
business.
But no, she did something else.
Down to business.
She did
There was
something
actually in the
else.
tunnels you saw, there was actually like a staircase that leads up.
Yeah. There's actually an elevator.
I mean, he did hint that
Yeah.
there was a way up.
Oh, 100%.
As a DM, I never railroad. I do sometimes paint the signposts in fucking high vis
Did we
and
get told about this?
attach flashing lights to them
Yes,
when I think they need a
Andrew.
helping hand.
No,
because
did
these
Al
guys
tell
need
us?
that.
Well, my net 12
Yeah.
on assessor situation asked, "What's the easiest way to get up?" And at the time, you told me the top.
Yeah, and then I told you about the ice tunnels as well, because you don't know the ice tunnels go to the top, so it wasn't that you could instantly see they'd get you there. But I wanted to give you a little bit of a hint that answered your question, without being too obvious. But no, that is where we're going to end for tonight. That is it for Avatar Legends tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. We will be back again next week. I will have this episode up and ready on YouTube and on the podcast within a couple of days. I will try and do something potentially Saturday morning. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see what's going on. I know the last episode of Raft is out, so Raft crew, are we assembling for Raft at some point?
I mean, I want to do it at some point.
Definitely. Okay. We'll have a chat. The Raft crew may be joining together again for the final chapter of Raft.
The last hurrah.
The last hurrah. So we'll keep you posted on that, whether or not it's only I get to make the bad puns. So I'll let you know on Twitter. I'll post on Twitter whether or not we're doing that or not. Thank you for those of you who checked out the Mead video, as I've said. Let me know if you like that stuff, because I am more than happy. I'm going to keep homebrewing because it's really fun, and that was my first ever homebrew, and I'm really
And not
excited
just
about it.
campaigns.
I hope it works. If that's sort of content that you want to see, let me know. I'll keep doing it. What was that? Sorry, Andrew?
What
did he say? I missed it.
Got it.
What did you say?
Like homebrew, not just campaigns.
Oh, mate. Fucking piece of shit. No, that's fair. That's fair. I like it. That's good. I do homebrew. I do all types of homebrew. That's it. I love it. But yeah, otherwise, thank you so much for joining us. If you're a fan of the Avatar Legends stream, podcast, YouTube, check out our Tyranny of Dragons campaign. If you enjoy this, you will absolutely enjoy that too. It is as homebrew, as chaotic, as funny, as heartfelt, as emotional, as ridiculous as this campaign is. Just in the world of D&D, homebrew world of D&D that I've come up with. If you enjoy this, you'll enjoy that. Alternatively, if you're listening to the D&D, come check out Avatar Legends. If you enjoy that, you'll enjoy this. That's it from me. Any other fun messages? Goodbye. Make sure you go check out Aquatic Archie as well on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Aquatic Archie. Thank you again for joining us tonight. Would you be keen to join us again next Thursday?
Nah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Actually dives into the water and runs away again.
Yeah. Okay. You hear Oki from behind me. He's like, is that Aquila? He's like, what? And then the pillar just drops.
Like he's on the pillar and the pillar just tips over and just falls into the ocean.
You see him like dolphins away. Jumping out of the water.
Rides a tiger shark.
Because you are welcome. See you later, shitlords. You are obviously
like,
you are.
Till next time.
I'll get you next time, okay? But you're obviously welcome to join us again next Thursday if you want. Archie, you just let me know.
Yeah, I'll let you know.
Okay, he'll let me know. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to find an exit for your character. I have to think of it. Keep me posted. We've got it.
I didn't say this, but I think our one was just perfect.
It was perfect. You're right. All right, lovely people. Thank you so much for joining us. Stay safe. Stay well. We will see you all again next time. But until then, goodbye, everybody. Farewell. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.